Hello and welcome to this webinar presented by Magnetism Solutions. So today I'll be covering the PowerApps feature of PowerApps Portal. But before I do, I'll like to briefly introduce myself. My name is Simon Rowe and I am currently a functional consultant at Magnetism Solutions. So here at Magnetism Solutions, we like to stay on top of features like PowerApps Portal so that when we provide services or advices to our clients, it's at the best state possible. So today's webinar will be giving you an overview of what PowerApps Portal is and how they can be utilized to enhance your business processes. So what is PowerApps Portal? PowerApps Portal is a feature within the Microsoft Power Platform that enables businesses to create low-code, personalized, and responsive portals that allows both internal and external users to interact with the data and capabilities within Dynamics 365. So very important for businesses today to be able to communicate valuable information to their clients, and creating their own portal creates this bridge between the business and the client to be able to communicate. So it also works the other way around. When clients want to give information back to the business, they can do so by doing it through the portal. So if we take an example, say like a vehicle maintenance service business, originally you had to call in to the business to make an appointment, discuss about what kind of problems you're having with your vehicle and what time you want to come in or what day. But before that is all done, you might be on hold for quite a while until a representative can can take your call. Another way it's done currently or in the past has been through paper-based forms. So that requires the client to come into the actual premise physically, grab a form, fill it out, and then hand it back into the administrator for them to first process before they can get back in touch with you to discuss, if that vehicle maintenance service is possible, and also if the preferred date that the client discussed is available. But now with PowerApps Portal or portals in general, you can create online forms that clients can fill out online, provide all their details about their vehicle problems, and also give details about themselves. And once that is submitted, then the administrator of the business can give them a call back to discuss, yep, that's available, and also confirm that the appointment date they have selected is also available, and just discuss what time they would like to come in to drop off their vehicle and things like that. So as you can see, with the usual process, there was a lot of manual intervention that was required. You need someone within your business, such as an administrator, to be with the client to record all their form details. But with PowerApps portals, you can give the client the access to do that themselves online, anytime and anywhere they would like. All you need to do as an administrator of the business is just give them a call back to confirm the appointment time is available. So why would we want to build a portal using PowerApps Portal? So firstly, the information gathered through PowerApps portals will be saved into your Dynamics environment Dataverse automatically. So why that is important is if we go back to the maintenance request example, if the form was submitted in a paper-based form, that requires the administrator to then manually enter it in all again within the system that you manage your maintenance requests. But with PowerApps portals, that's automatically done for you. Even the client details that they've submitted is automatically saved into your environment. That minimizes the admin overhead time that is required by administrators, and this can also further be automated to reduce time for them, which I'll be showing you through like a Power Automate soon. And secondly, minimal amount of coding required. So with PowerApps portals, you can actually build a functioning portal without using any code. But with the usual websites or portals, you kind of need a lot of coding knowledge, such as CSS, to make your portal functional. And third, customizable look for the portal to match your business's branding and image. So if we come to the example of Magnetism Solutions, our colors are green and black. So PowerApps Portal enables you to customize the theme and the colors of your portal to match with that. And lastly, the most important for today is that it allows you to easily digitize paper-based forms. So you can create forms within your PowerApps portal. And the importance for that, especially in times like the pandemic at the moment, when your clients can't physically come into your business premise, it's important to give them the option to be able to do it online, fill out the form, enter on their details anytime, anywhere they want. So with that all said, let's have a look at an example portal that I have created. So if we come here, this is my very basic portal that I've created. So the layout and the look might not be very pleasing to the eye at the moment because I've used the very basics, but the look and feel can be customized. I've added our magnetism here and also a brief introduction of the business, as well as maybe like a slogan for your business that you want to put into your portal. And then I've incorporated our green and black theme within the portal. And then what the client wants to do is go into the sign-in page. So if they've already got an account within your portal, they can just use their username and password to log into your portal, or you can register a new account. And the neat thing about the registering accounts within PowerApps portals is that once they've added in all their details like emails and their personal details like their names and the phone number and things like that, that automatically gets created as a contact within your Dynamics environment. Once again, the importance here is that it eliminates that manual intervention required by your administrator. So once that detail is all filled in, they no longer need to enter it all again manually afterwards. So if I quickly go through and say Bradley register, what this brings up is a page where the client can fill in their details. So Bradley Cooper, give a brief phone number, update, and all that does is update their contacts record within your CRM environment, which is quite neat. And if you go to the form here, you can see book online, and then all the fields that you want your client to fill out for their maintenance requests. So here we select the customer. So there's an option to add an account customer. So for example, if your maintenance service business deals with large groups at once, so say like a bus company, and they want you to do maintenance on all their buses, you can have their company name here or something like that you can just put as the customer. But today we'll be using the contacts lookup, and you just select Bradley Cooper. And then you fill out the details of the maintenance that the client wants. So the registration number, say 299, what kind of service they're wanting, what kind of repairs they're wanting, and important here is what date they would like to come in. So say Tuesday next week, and a brief update on the details of the problem. Say car won't start, could be battery problem. Press submit. What this does is automatically create a maintenance request within your CRM environment. So if I go refresh, you can see here Bradley Cooper's details. So if you go into the maintenance request, you can see who the customer is, Bradley Cooper, and you can click into his profile, see all his details, phone number. Neat thing about this is you can just press that phone button here, and you can give him a quick call to discuss if his appointment date is available. And then you can see all the maintenance details here that I've submitted earlier, as well as the brief detail of the problem. And what you can do from here is assign it to a worker by going user or team and just look up the worker that you want to assign this maintenance request to. But for today, I'll just say, assign it to myself. And why you want to do that is maybe you want to create a dashboard to see all that. So for example, you want to see how many maintenance requests that your workers are currently working on. So you can see I currently have 3 that I need to work on. And the system is just that it's not assigned yet. So it's there are 2 work items or maintenance requests that are not assigned currently. And then you might want to see as a business what days and how many maintenance requests you have per day. So for example, you had 1 on Wednesday, 1 today, and 1 next Monday, and it seems like Tuesday is a busy day for you. So you want to do that because you want to quickly see from the maintenance request submitted by the client if their date that they prefer is actually available or not, and see like the day of next Tuesday is quite busy, so maybe you don't want to book in the client for that day anymore. And then you can also see like how many maintenance requests are still active and how many have been completed. That's pretty much it. And also I've designed like a Power Automate flow to further decrease the manual overhead that's required for a maintenance business. So say if I go to Thomas's maintenance request and I say I want to complete this maintenance because it's done. What I've done within my environment is create a flow to automatically send an email to the client once the maintenance has been completed. And what that will do is send an email like this. And it just says, "Hi Thomas." So this is automatically populated as I've done so in my flow, so you can make it so it automatically populates like the first name of the client that the maintenance request belong to, as well as their registration number, so they know what this email is about. And just a brief message, and maybe you want to add a link to a survey that you want them to fill out to give a bit of feedback on how the service was. And then with the use of maybe like Dynamics marketing or customer voice, you can make the emails look a bit nicer. Say like you want to incorporate Magnetism Solutions logo into it, or yeah. And you can also design your surveys within customer voice and things like that. So that's pretty much all I have to show with my example. So if we go to how we created this portal. So once you go into your environment within your PowerApps, you go to your apps, and then you click new app and select portal. And what this does is it brings up an option. So I'll just show you briefly. And you can just add in your name, your address for your portal, and the language. And what this does is create your portal as well as this portal management model-driven app. And this is where you can manage things like your user groups and who's in that user group. So for example, like the authenticated users, those people that are verified with their email address or something, you can group them up into one user group. So and give them different access permissions and things like that. And yeah, once you go into your portal and customize, it looks like this. So first you can add a new page, a blank page if you want to customize it from scratch, or a landing page, just like a landing page like this, where it goes when you press the home button, and then you can navigate through your pages. So this is the home page, and this is the page where the form was. Add components. So for example, if you want to divide your portal into multiple sections, you can do so by clicking the 1 column, 2 column, or 3 columns. Add a text box like this one here. Book online is a text box field. You just enter in a text into the box within your portal. And you can add an image to make your portal look a bit nicer, or you might want to incorporate an image that represents your business. Add a form, which I'll be showing you briefly very soon, or a list that you want to portray, or Power BI if you want to portray a visual representation of a data within your Dynamics environment into your portal. So today we're focusing on digitizing paper-based forms. So before you even add the form within your portal, what you need to do is go back to your environment and go within your solutions. And then you want to go into your tables and create a new table. And I've done that and named it maintenance. And then within your table, you want to add columns. So what columns are is, if you remember when we go back to my online form, is all these individual fields that are within your form that you want to put basically into your form. So I've created like all these registration numbers, service type, repair types, all that is being created by going add column, add in a name, and all you need to do is select a data type. So for example, text box, if you want that field to be a text box like I have for the registration number, and then also like a date only field. So like the date preferred field I have here, that only allows you to add in date formats. And also you can give options for like choice fields, like I've done with the service type fields here. You just give them a list of choices in a drop down field and they just select. Once that has been completed, you just go to the forms within your maintenance table, and then you add a form, and you add a main form. And what that looks like is this. So pretty much looks exactly like how it looks on the online form. And how you do this is you just drag and drop all the table columns that you have created previously that I've mentioned. And yeah, that's where you pretty much just drag and drop all the columns into the relevant fields that you want them to be represented. And once that is all done, you go back to your portal, you go plus component and add a form. So you just need to select like a column and add a form. And once you do that, usually you go to the create new, name, select a table. So like for me, it was the maintenance table. And then the form layout would be, if we go back, it was called, I believe, a portal form. Yep. And then, and then the mode. And then another one I wanted to show today is the table permissions, because that's pretty much how a form is added in. And table permissions is pretty much like if you wanted to restrict access to the logged in user on how much data they can see within that table. For example, if I take my online form, like my maintenance table, I want to restrict so that not everyone can see the form when they go into the website. So you can, block spammers from submitting forms and things like that. What you can do is create a table permission, go new permission, add a name for that permission, select the table, which in my case would have been the maintenance table, and then you select an access type. So the access type is how much data that the logged in user can access within that table. So global access is that the logged in user can pretty much access all the data within that table, as long as they are in the roles that you set this permission to. And contact access is what we're looking at. So the logged in user can only access the data within the maintenance table that belongs to that contact or that logged in user. And then account access is, say, for me example, I work for Magnetism Solutions, so I have access to the data within the maintenance table that belongs to pretty much anyone that any contacts that are associated with Magnetism Solutions. Self-access, you give the logged in user to manage their own access to that table. And then you give the privileges, so like if you want that role or the role that you're adding in to only be able to read the forms that are on your portal, then you would tick this. But if you want them to be able to write on that form as well, you click this as well. Or if you want them to be able to create new ones, yeah, you can do that also. But maybe you don't want them to delete the forms that are already in the system, so you don't give them access to that. And also a pen and a pen too. And roles, so you can add roles. So for example, you want this table permission to apply to all the authenticated users who have verified their email to your portal. Then you can just click that, and that will set the roles that the permission applies to. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today and PowerApps Portal. So to conclude, I've pretty much shown you how forms are created through PowerApps portals and how they can be beneficial to your business processes. It's easy to digitize paper-based forms using PowerApps portals, and very crucial and important in times like today during the pandemic, where you don't really want your customers or clients to physically come into your business premise, or they may not want to. So giving them the option to fill in the form online anytime and anywhere they want is of great importance to your business. So give PowerApps Portal a try and give creating these forms a try. And if you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to get in touch with us here at Magnetism Solutions. Thank you.